Well, hey there, and welcome back to Color Me Kris with me, Kristopher Michaels. Well, it's August. It's almost the middle of August. So that means it's time to show you all the colorings I did for July. Want to see how many I did? Want to see what I did? Want to see if they're any good or if they suck? Get a drink, get a snack, sit back, and let's have some fun.
When the world seems gray in the news today, creativity can feel like bliss. Come brighten your day in a colorful way. It's time for Color Me Kris.
All right, so I actually did some, I think, pretty good pages in July 2026. It was my birthday month, and it was a good birthday, and I got some wonderful gifts from some friends, and I have a video about that in a birthday happy mail. You can check it out actually over here. And I actually got another gift from someone that I'll show you at the end of this completed pages video. But let's get right to them, starting with this. Okay, I'm going to start off with the PDFs that I printed and colored in July, and this is probably my favorite one. This may be the favorite coloring I've ever done, to be honest with you. I really think I did a good job of this. It was a beautiful PDF to begin with, and then I think I brought it to life even more with the coloring that I did on it. And this is Copic and a little bit of Panda Fly white gel pen to bring the clouds out a tad bit more, and a little bit in the windows. I wanted it to kind of seem eerie, like there are spirits in the windows. But other than that, it's Copic markers, and needless to say, I had so much fun doing this one. It's right up my alley because I love Halloween and I love scary movies and stuff. So I'll bring it up a little bit. Hopefully it's not glaring, but I'll show you the windows if I can. And then the clouds. But I am super proud of this. I think I probably will frame it, to be honest with you. And I have never done that with anything I've ever colored. So that's the first thing. I hope you like it. Please give my video a thumbs. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And a comment down below is what really helps the channel to grow. So even if you just tell me what you had for breakfast or a movie that you watched, something, it will help me so much. I really, really would appreciate it if you could do that. And if you want to go further, down below is a link to my Amazon wish list, and you can buy me a cup of coffee and all that good stuff. But a thumbs up and a comment, and we're good. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. And staying with the scary portion of coloring, Storm and I went to see Evil Dead Burns, and it was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. But when I saw this PDF that I have a ton of PDFs I've gotten off Etsy and completely forgot about them, and I just found the folder not too long ago, and so I'm trying to print them, and I've got really good paper that I was able to find, and I'll have that down below. If you're looking for good printer paper, I'll have it down below for markers. I'll have it down below in the description part of this video, so please check that out. And yeah, this guy just kind of made me think of the movie, so I thought I'd do him. This is with Copic. Yes, I wrote it down, thank goodness. Sometimes I forget if I've added any Arctics into something, which I'm trying to use all my Arctics up, and eventually I will just only be using Copic markers because I think they're the best. But anyway, this is with Copic, and then I'm pretty sure I used a little bit of the Panda Fly white gel, but I don't see it, so maybe I didn't. I'm sure I did at least the dot in the eye. And then on the tongue and the eyes, I used glossy accents and put that all over them so they'd be all slimy looking and gross. And so hopefully I can show you how they're all slimy looking and gross. So I call him Donnie. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. And then I want to write to something cute. And again, a PDF. This is it's from something. Oh, I think it's called Dark Fairytales. I got it on Etsy, and it has fairy tales that we all know and love, but with a twist. I'm not sure what the twist is here, but I saw it and I thought that might be fun to color, and it was. And again, I used Copic with a little bit of the Panda Fly white gel for stuff like the vines. And yeah, that's it. It's all Copic. So I had, again, a ton of fun. I guess you can make this a drinking game every time I say that. Enjoyed it. And it's just to show that, I love horror, but I also love cute stuff too, and enjoy doing it. So, I'm not pigeonholed, I guess is what I'm saying. So I think he's cute, and let's hope Jack makes it. And he's a little thief. We should be rooting against him. So, but anyway, no comment. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Okay, I have a couple in here I may have shown in previous months. I don't remember, and I didn't write the dates on them. So if this is a repeat, I apologize. But yeah, I know I did this. It could have been in July, or I may have ended up doing it in June. But again, if it is a repeat, I apologize. But I think it's cute. I think I did an okay job. I could have done better with different things, but it's cute. But all these critters in the food, I'm sure I did this already, because I remember talking about, ew, there's going to be fur in the food. But anyway, let me see if I have anything else in this book. Okay, and then we have my Wonder Woman book that I always do buddy colors with. Even though I say I'm not going to do them anymore, I keep doing them. But I do them with my friend Ben and my friend Christine. And so we did a couple in July, and let me show you those now. Okay, so the first one, helps if I grab the right one. So the first one, we did. Not sure what era this Wonder Woman is from, but this is how I did mine, and I like how I did mine, and I like my gold and stuff, and I like the background. I used Copic markers. I know I did use some Arctic markers in this, and then I used Faber-Castell black pencils, because they're really good for doing lighter colors, and then a little bit of the Panda Fly white gel pen. So that's how mine, I think it came out okay. Ben and Christine, of course, did a fabulous job. Now, I never do this right, but I'm going to try to move mine over and put theirs here. I'm going to do both of them, I hope. I may end up covering up mine. But I'll put Christine's right here. So here it comes. And then Ben's is going to be over here. Here it comes. I hope I did this right. And these are the ones that they did. Fantastic job. Ben always does these incredible things, which I absolutely love. I think, sorry, things are falling. I think that I wish I had his creativity. I really do. So of course his is neat with the mask and everything. And then Christine did a beautiful job. Actually, it's quite similar to mine. But I think we all kind of knocked it out of the park, to be honest with you, especially Christine and Ben's. They're fabulous, and I think mine's okay, but I think theirs is fabulous. So, and I wanted to do something different with the suit, so I was glad that this is a different kind of suit. So yeah, so that's neat. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move to the next one we did, which is this one. I believe it was Christine that asked if we could please do this one. And of course, it's like, well, of course. This is really nice. This is from the old, I believe, original comics. Maybe it's actually from, a redo of the old comics. So yeah, I know it says June, but that's when I colored it. But this was for our the second one in July buddy color, and I believe I used all Copic with this, and then a little bit of the Panda Fly. I have to put a little Panda Fly white gel pen in everything that I do. I just feel the need. Now this one, I'm gonna bring it over to the side, and hopefully I'll do it right. And you can see Ben's and Christine's. I think Christine really knocked it out of the park with her background. I never would have thought to do that with the background, with the stars, the galaxy, the bullets heading towards Wonder Woman. Oh, God, so famous. And then, of course, Ben, I mean, he's like the best. And he does so many incredible things with his colorings. His and mine were kind of similar, but I mean, they both just did fantastic. And I think I did a pretty good job. And so I think we all did a good job. At least that's what I think. You may not agree, and that's fine if you don't. Okay, so let's move on to the next book. Okay, so the next book is the Richard O'Brien Presents Rocky Horror Show, the official coloring book. And this is a Do Not Let This Happen to You portion of our completed pages. I've done some stuff in there that I'm super proud of, and I've done a couple of things now that I'm super not proud of. And I have a buddy color with Candice from Happy Catastrophe and Ben that I can't show you until they get theirs done. But mine's done. Na 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 na. But there's no time limit on it or anything. So whenever they get them done, I can show you what I've done, which I'm super proud of, I have to tell you. Okay, but what I did do, oh God, I hate showing this to you. I really do. It's god-awful. Yeah, and I know it's god-awful. It was with Copic at the beginning. Then I went in with the artists because I said, this is not working, and I'm afraid something's gonna screw up my Copic nibs because the color just would not go down properly. Then I realized, duh, and this is the disaster one. I did this as a buddy color with Ben, and I had put some Daniel Smith bonding down because, this is my stupidity, I didn't research it enough. I thought that it would help the markers to blend more and it would protect this page, which it did protect this page. And because it protected this page, I was able to color it with markers. And it also protected this one. But this one looks terrible. Oh my God, Ben did a beautiful job. But this is awful. I'm so ashamed of this. But what I didn't realize was, because I put the Daniel Smith on here, which you paint it all over the page before you do anything, and then you let it dry overnight, and then you color it, and this is what happens. I'm sure it's my fault, and Daniel Smith's stuff probably works great, but yeah. What I didn't think about was that it would affect how things come down on this page. So I went in with my Copics, and I said, no, I'm not wasting Copics on this. Something's going on here, because I hadn't figured it out yet. And then I went in with Arctics, and no, it was doing the same thing that this was doing with the smearing and the streaks and And so then I went in with acrylic markers. I think it was Jess Art. I may have used some cheaper ones just because I was worried about ruining this with, good ones. And it kind of worked. I mean, this worked and some of the colors worked and stuff. And then I thought, well, I'll experiment. And I went in with some glazed pens. And it was funny because this one came out fine. Same pen, moved over here. It did not. So apparently because the Daniel Smith was maybe seeped through more on that part. I don't know. I just know that it's a disaster. But I went ahead and took the opportunity to experiment and see what it would look like with some glitter silver pen and stuff. But yeah, it's awful. I don't even want to hold it up and show it to you. So yeah, but it was funny. I almost had it finished and I figured out what was going on, and yeah, whatever. So, don't let this happen to you, kids. So this is from this book, and I'm very proud of the buddy color all three of us are doing, but can't show it to you, but I will soon, I hope. Okay, moving on to the next book. Okay, I don't remember if I did this at the end of July or the beginning of August. I'm just going to show it to you anyway. This is a new book that I just got. A Very Merry, Scary, Silent Fright Christmas coloring book. Almost said caroling. This one was interesting because I did not enjoy doing it. I thought I would enjoy doing it. Oops, but I did not enjoy doing it. I don't like the paper. I don't know. It was weird. I would put the marker down and it would kind of seep out, and I remember now what happened. Okay, so I started using Arctic's markers because I'm trying to use them up. I have a whole bunch of them here. I'm trying to use them up. Okay, and they would seep right out of the line and go wherever they wanted to go, and that drove me crazy. So I said, okay, I'll try my Copics because I'm particular which books I use my Copics in. And they stayed in the line because Copics are amazing that way. They're like a thicker ink or something. And whenever I use them both together, it's like, yeah, it's obvious why Copics is the best. And believe me, I used to be one of those, anybody that got Copics was a complete idiot because they were too expensive. And now here I am. I've drank the Kool-Aid. I'm a part of it. But they really are. But anyway, once I started using those, it went better. But it's not my favorite. It didn't come out the way I had it envisioned in my head. But, it is what it is. And I had to use a little bit of acrylic marker to fix some mistakes that had happened. But you can even see here how the color kind of seeped out. But I tried to correct everything. I did my best. And then I thought, well, I'll make it fun. I'll put some stickles in here and a couple other places for his eyes and his nose. And then, of course, I used glossy accent to make this look like glass. And I made this look like glass and the window look like glass. Oh, and I used some stickles here on his knife and the ornaments and stuff like that. But, in the end, I was like, okay, it's okay. But it's not my favorite. But I wish I could say I had fun doing it, but I really didn't. Because it was just giving me nothing but trouble. But there you can see all the little... Once I add extras like even if I hate something, it seems like stickles just fix everything. All is right with the world once I put stickles down. If only I could put them in my reality. I make everything nice. And I'm talking about the world, not my home reality. Although, some stickles here wouldn't be so bad either. But anyway, that's this guy. I'm sure I'll color in here again, and now I know how to treat this paper. It's a tricky paper to work with when you're using markers and stuff. But okay, so that's him. And like I said, I wanted to do well, I didn't say it, but I'll say it now. I wanted a little Christmas in July. I'm pretty sure I did it at the end of July, but whatever. Okay, let's move on to the next coloring book. This book is one of two buddy colors I did with the very wonderful Karen, the Arty Crafter, on YouTube and on Instagram. I'll try to remember to put it in the eye. If I don't put it in the eye, it'll at least be down below in the description of this video, and everyone I talk about there, if they have YouTube or Instagram, it'll all be down in the description of the video. I try to put everything in the description of the video. I don't think anybody ever looks, And I sometimes wonder why. Like, I list all the items and stuff so you can all find them easily, but I don't think anybody looks or uses them. But if you do, let me know so that I'll know that somebody out there does, because I think I may just stop doing it if it doesn't change. But anyway, I did this with the lovely Karen from the Arty Crafter, and it was nice because I've now been in communication with the very sweet Annie Reyes, who did this book, and she has a new book that she just did, and it was my birthday, so she said, "You know what? Let me send you my new book as a birthday gift." And I thought, yes. Well, my first thought was, sure you will. And actually, it's at the post office today. I just haven't picked it up yet. Hold everything, stop the presses, don't anybody move. Future Kristopher here, and guess what? This is the book. She said she was going to send it to me for my birthday, and she did. I could not be more thrilled. Wonderland. It's just, oh my God, oh jeez. Okay, so here's the back of it. Go ahead and pause it and read it. I hope I have it straight there. Okay, now I can't wait to show you this. This is so exciting. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. Look at this. She signed it. Happy birthday with love, Annie. Oh my God. I've never even had an author actually talk to me. Not only does she talk to me, she sent me a birthday gift. So I just blown away. The paper is excellent. The paper in her other book was good, but this is excellent. I'm sure you cannot hear this because of my Instant 360 has noise canceling, but if you could hear it, you'd be like, ooh, trust me. So let's go ahead and go through it real quick so that you can see if it's a book that you'll like, and trust me, you will. And then there's this if you would like to pause and read. Again, I think it's crooked. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm not even going to be mad at that. The images are absolutely beautiful in here. I mean, they blow me away. I know a lot of people have talked in tags about, do you have a book that you want to finish? I could see me finishing this book because I want to color every image. And no, I'm not just excited because it was a gift, though I am. I really think this book is beautiful. I'm going to skip through it a little bit here as quick as possible. And I'll try to keep my hands in the pictures so no one just steals the images. This one's adorable. I have one that I started coloring it's this one here. So let me just do this real quick, and I'll put my hand here so you can't see it because it's not done yet. But all of these are just so gorgeous, and they're one-sided, of course, so that you can use alcohol markers. I want to get this page turned. I am. There we go. So it's perfect, and I haven't put water on it, but I would say that this paper probably would take water just fine. So yeah, it's pretty terrific. So, and yeah, I'm just babbling here because I'm excited. This is gorgeous. Like I said, I'm not seeing one of these that I would not enjoy coloring. I can't say that about every coloring book I have. Some books, there's just a few pages you want to color. But this one, yeah, I'm seeing so much. This one, I think this will be my next one because it's so cool. And then it just goes into a kind of theme. It's just adorable. So thank you so much, Annie, for sending this to me. You rock. Let's see if I can get these other pages turned because I just want to kind of stare at the pictures, to be honest with you. So, yeah, these are pretty cool. And I love this because this side's already done for me. And that, and this, I would probably do this like a dodo bird from Bewitched. This is gorgeous. I'm not good at bubbles. I tell you, as much as I try to do a good bubble, I'm not good at them. So, but Nutcracker, could save that for Christmas if I wanted to. These are very strange ladies, but I love them. Almost done here, and that's quite the dress. And gorgeous. And almost done. It's just a beautiful book. And this, I think this is my favorite because I have some things on my walls that look just like this. So I know exactly how to color it. And this is adorable. Oh my God. What's not, right? So there you go. That's the book. And it's fabulous. And thank you so much, Annie. And I'll have this listed down in the description so that anybody that wants to buy it can very easily click on it, and who wouldn't want to get it. And oh my gosh, I just absolutely thrilled. Again, thank you, Annie. It was a wonderful birthday. Everybody's gifts were fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the past Kristopher, that video, as they used to say on TV. We now return you to your originally scheduled program, or in this case, video. Okay, thank you. But anyway, let me show you the buddy color that Karen and I did. I'm proud of it. Well, I think hers is better, but it's okay. Okay, let me get to it. Here we are. This had problems, and they were my fault. And it's funny because Karen talked about the problems she had, and we kind of had the same problems, but in different ways. So the first thing I don't like is the background just did not go down properly. This was, it says Copics, but I know I did the background with Arctics because I'm not going to waste my Copics on a big, huge background like that until I have absolutely no other choice because all the Arctics are used up. And as you can see, they did not go down well, and I ended up having to use some Just Art acrylic to kind of fix the problems. It was super streaky was the problems. I will use total different ways of backgrounds now that I've learned, since I'm not going to do it with markers anymore because it never comes out right. There's always lines and streaks and no. So that's the background. And then I wasn't thrilled with it. And I made this horrible mistake. I put down her skin, and then I put some rouge on it, and I grabbed the wrong marker. And that I did use Copic. Like I said, the background's the only thing I used Arctics on. And I grabbed the wrong one, and so she came out looking like a cheap whore. And I was like, no! Because to me, she needs to be sweet and Disney-like, you know? And so I went to fix it, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And it still looks terrible, but at least if you'd seen a couple of stages, I came close to tearing this page up and saying, Karen, darling, my dogs ate the page, but I don't lie. So I just said, do the best you can do. And because that messed up, I didn't do as good a job on her hair as I should have. And the giraffe is cute. It's funny that Karen and I both, we didn't talk about any of this, made the glasses red. It's so funny. And we both use glossy accents. She's the only one I know who uses glossy accents like me. She also uses stickles like me. I feel like we bond. It's funny. We I don't know, it's just, there's a connection there, and I love that connection. I think she's awesome. Okay. So, and she's overseas, so it's not like she's down the street or something, which would be great. Maybe we could color together, but what are you going to do? Okay. And then she drew in more vegetation, and hers is so great. Wait till you see it. I'll get to it in just a minute. But I did put some stickles on the leaves, and I put stickles all over that little butterfly because I really wanted him to pop, and being they're both staring at him, I wanted him to pop. But I did not do the artist justice, and I feel bad about that. But anyway, let me show you the little sparkles, and if they show up on camera, that is, and glossy accent, and butterfly, and all that stuff. Now, let me move this to the side. This I should be able to do just fine because it's just one page. Here is Karen's, which is fabulous. Oh my God, Karen, you did such a beautiful job. I think it's neat that we did similar things. She had problems with her giraffe. She says, I think her giraffe looks beautiful, but apparently she did like me. She grabbed the wrong marker because she didn't want it that dark, I think it was. It's just funny we had the same things happen. I think he looks really beautiful. I think the whole page looks beautiful, and I wish I could think of things like adding more vegetation stuff. That actually would have taken care of my background too. I could have probably fixed a lot of the streaking and stuff with that, but I think she did a fantastic job. I really do. Karen, you rocked it. You really did. So, and she's just the nicest lady. Oh my God, I love her so much. And she's got this bracelet. I just love her bracelet. It's so beautiful. It mesmerizes me when I watch her videos. Check her out. She's on YouTube. If she's not up here in the eye, she's definitely going to be in the description. But anyway, that is our first one that we did, Buddy Color for July. Yes, I even wrote background Arctic. You can't read my handwriting, but anyway, that's our buddy. The first one we did for. I'm babbling. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to close the book and moving on. Okay, why don't we just go ahead and show the second one that Karen and I did for July, and this was a lot of fun. I did better, but I think hers is well. Here's the deal. I tried a medium that I'm brand new at, which is watercolor, and it's all watercolor, I believe. When I look, I don't know. But again, it's spooky because Karen and I did so many of the same colors and the same spots, and it's like, ooh, I think his coat's the only thing that's different. I think. But yeah, so here it is. I'm actually, and looking at it now, when I first did it, I thought, it was awful. I did a terrible job because it's a new medium to me. It's all watercolor. It was the Arctics, I believe. I didn't write it down. Duh. I believe it was the Arctics watercolor palette that I got, and I love it. It's awesome. If it wasn't, it was Meaden. One of them. But I was having problems with it and it didn't look right, and I reached out to my friend Jackie from Spare Room Studios, and I said, Jackie, it doesn't look right, help me. And she said, did you use a lot of water? And I said, I was going to do her Australian accent, but I can't do it. And I said, no. And she said, it's watercolor for a reason. And so then I went in with more water, and the clouds came out the sky. I tried to fix with more water and but the clouds did come out much better, and she's right. It's called watercolor. Use water. But I was afraid to use water. Now I know. Just go for it. I know she uses a lot of water, but I panicked and didn't, because the minute it didn't look right, I panicked. It was like, oh my God, look how I'll use less water. And that was my mistake. But anyway, this is all watercolor except for maybe some acrylic that I mixed in for highlighting. But it's 99.9% watercolor. The paintbrush and all that. I think I did pretty good with the paintbrush. This here, I don't know what happened. It must have, I don't know. But anyway, I think I did pretty good being I'm not used to using paintbrushes. I'm really not. I've done it a couple of times, for backgrounds, but not, detailed work. So, but anyway, yeah. So that is my interpretation of this beautiful page. Let's move this over. And there is Karen's interpretation of the page. And it's beautiful and it looks fantastic. And she did such a good job. But we did so many similar things with the clouds, and it's so weird. We both went green for her dress, and oh, it's just, oh my gosh, it's what I love about buddy colors is how different someone goes, and you're like, oh, I never thought of that, or something like this. I've never had something so similar, but it's just awesome, and she did a beautiful job. And I know I say I'm not going to do buddy colors anymore, but I will do a buddy color with Karen anytime she wants to, because she's awesome and it was fun. And we didn't pressure each other. I'm pretty good at pressuring people, but I've kind of turned over a new leaf. My friend Ben helped me. He over chat, he grabbed me by the shoulders and shook me and said, "Stop it. Just color something and then just forget about it until the other person gets theirs in." And that's what I'm doing. And also I'm learning to just say, I'll get to it when I get to it. So it's good for me. And so thank you, Ben. Even though I still have to wear a neck brace from the shaking that he gave me. And this was all over text. That didn't really happen, folks. Don't freak out. Okay, so that is the page that we did in this book. And thank you so much, Karen, the arty crafter. Check her out. She's so friggin' awesome. I adore her. Okay, let's move on to, I think, the last two books. Okay, this is a new book, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I bought it on a whim because I said, I can always send it back if it's crap. Because it wasn't much money. It was like $8 on Amazon. So I said, the paper's going to suck. I can always send it back if it does. The paper does not suck. The paper is awesome. This is a really cool book. I'm in love with it. I had to do 2 pages right off the bat. So let's get to the first one. And this is the first one I did, which is a haunted house. At least I think it's haunted. But I wanted to go differently with it. I wanted it to look sort of inviting, but also sort of creepy at the same time. So that you're like, oh, I'll go in there and, maybe I won't. Kind of feeling. Because I could have made it all dark and really, to where it's like, no one would go near it. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be sort of inviting, but at the same time, you're going to regret it if you go in there. So I used Copic markers. I don't think I used any. No, I believe it's all Copic, yeah, except for up here, but I'll talk about that. And then I did go in with some pencil for some shading, and I went in with the Meeden, was it Meeden? No, Woomer pencils for a little bit of shading. And there's a lady here, a ghost. I didn't like, and I don't think I did, okay. She was in a nightgown, and there was no shape to it, so I didn't like it. And then I went in and I left her face, but I blackened everything around. But I said, well, that's not going to work either. And then I went in with some acrylic white and just did some, and I think that looks pretty cool, actually. I would love to see other people's colorings in this book to see what they did with the lady. They probably did a fantastic job of making her nightgown or whatever look good, but I just did not get it right. And then up here, I did stars, and those didn't work. And then I tried to do a moon, and that didn't work. And then I just finally, like the 4th try, said, screw it. And I just went in with acrylic, and I just made it a dark sky. But it's funny, the way I did it, when the light hits it just right, it looks like the moon's like up here, shining down. So it's kind of cool. I had a ton of fun doing this one. There are just some pages that you just start doing, and it just flows, and it's like it goes by so quickly that you don't want it to be done because you're enjoying it so much. And this is one of those pages for me, and I truly enjoyed it. If this is from a movie or something, tell me, because I'm pretty sure this is from Jaws. So I don't think this is Amityville. It doesn't look like Amityville to me. But anyway, I'll try to show you the sky, which was a complete accident. Oh, there, see? I don't know, it's kind of cool looking. So that's my Come On In If You Dare Haunted House. I'm going to say it's from The Haunting, which is my favorite book. Well, actually, Dracula is, but it's my favorite haunted house book, The Haunting. Just read the sequel to it. It wasn't that good. But The Haunting by Shirley Jackson. There we go. Okay. Woo! That was going to drive me crazy. Okay. I'll just say it's that. I don't know. So I guess that would be Eleanor. Oh, spoiler. All right. Let's. This is the second one that I did. I was going to stop. And then I was flipping through just like I just now. And I said, oh, I got to do him. And so I did him. And I had a lot of fun with him. At first, I don't know why. Oh, hello. I don't know. He's shy. I don't know why, but I thought this was the sun and that he was freaking out and dying because the sun was coming out from the clouds. That's how I interpreted it, and that's how I did it, but it didn't work. It probably would have worked, but I don't know if people would have realized where I was going with it. So I went back in and I turned it into the moon and nighttime. And I was going to put some stars, but I said, no, I'll just leave it like that because the moon's so bright. And then I turned the clouds into dark, menacing, creepy clouds because I wanted him to pop. And I think I did a pretty good job. What I enjoyed about him, and I did this twice almost because I did it, but it wasn't dark enough because I thought, he's a vampire. He's going to be super pale and stuff. But again, it didn't work. And so I went in and I darkened his features and his hands, and then it worked. So never be afraid. What I do is I take pictures. And so if I screw it up, at least I have a picture of when it looked good. I take pictures all through the process of coloring. And so I went for it, and I'm glad I went through it because never be afraid to experiment with your coloring and stuff. Just take pictures, and then that way you've got proof it looked good once. And if it doesn't look good when you're done, you still have that proof, and you can deny you ever touched it after that. This was with Arctics and Copics, because again, I usually don't use my Copics. They're refillable. It's just me. It's like they're expensive, so I'm like, oh God, I can't. But I now have all the refills I could possibly want for all the pen markers that I have. So now I'm not going to worry about it. But so I did this, and then I did his jacket in this color blue because I remember one of my favorite vampire movies is the original Fright Night with Chris Sarandon. And when he goes after Evil Ed in the alley, spoiler alert, it's an old movie, you should have seen it by now. But when he goes after him, he has, instead of a cape, it was this beautiful leather blue trench coat. And so this is my tribute and homage to Fright Night and Chris Sarandon, who was fabulous. I hated the remake so much. I know some people love it, but I hated it. But that's my tribute. And then I used glossy accents on his eyes and, of course, his nails. And so I'll pick it up so that hopefully those will shine properly. Ooh, this book is very light, actually. So I thought it would be heavier. So, yeah. So I think he's awesome. I like him. I hope that doesn't sound conceited, but, for so long, I said all my work sucked because I was raised to say that, even if you kind of liked it. And all of you have given me the encouragement to recognize when something I do is nice. And I think this is nice. I like it. I think he's awesome. Okay, let's move on to the last. This is a great book, folks. If you love horror movies and stuff, I'm telling you, get this book. $7.99. See, it's a great book. It doesn't have a ton in it, but it's a great book. Paper's awesome. You name it. I bought 2 of them so I could use alcohol markers. Because at that price, Okay, let's move on to the last book. Thank you. Thank you for helping. May I hold you? I mean, thank you for waiting. May I help you? Yes, that's it. This is from my friend Ben. It's his coloring book. It's on Amazon. I will have it linked down below because people are saying it's kind of hard to find, I guess because it's new. But because I bitched nonstop about the paper that he used, Ben splurged, and the new editions are a premium paper edition. Now, when I got the book, because I bought it again, I said this paper is the same crappy Amazon paper as it was before. And I was not a happy camper. And I thought, how do I bring this up to my good friend Ben without hurting his feelings? And then I decided to go ahead and color something in it. And surprisingly, the paper was better. It actually took the alcohol marker and didn't spread it out all over the place. And it actually worked better. It doesn't feel any different. It looks the same because you can see the pages through it, but surprisingly, it's a little better. Now, would I prefer paper like in these other books? Of course I would, because I'm a snob. I'm a paper snob. But this is a better. It costs a little more, but it is better. But I will have it listed below. Let me show you the colorings I did in here. All right, the first one is this guy. And I use Copic markers, but I also use, because there's a lot of tiny details. And I'm not really good with tiny details. And after I painted him, or colored him with the Copics, I didn't really care. Because, you know, he's what I wanted to color. But I went ahead and I did my best. And then I went in, it didn't look right. So I went in, I decided all this is like waterfalls or something. And I went in and used Jess Art acrylic markers and did my best to blend and make things look like they're moving, you know, water kind of thing. But again, he's really all I cared about coloring. It's not my best work, but it was fun, and this paper was so much better than the first edition of this book. So, thank you, Ben, for doing a different edition. This is it. This is the first one, and I had a lot of fun. I think he's awesome. I love Copic. The more I use them, the more I love them because of different things. I'm remembering when I was coloring and the blending here was so easy and stuff. And anyway. So that's the first one. And take this out because I need to keep that in. And then I think this is the next one. Yes, over here. And then this is my, oh, good Lord. Yeah, don't you love what I did with that one? I went black and white. I thought, you know, color, who needs color? No, I'm kidding. This is it. And I really like him. Okay, I fell madly in love with him. I was skipping through the pages and came across this one. I said, I have to color that. And so I sat down and colored it. And I just realized I did it in August, so I'm not supposed to show it to you, but too bad, you're seeing it. Wham. I'll just, you know, have to color more things in August so that you're not disappointed. But anyway, I really think his name, I call him Scott, because I actually knew someone many years ago that I dated briefly who looked just like him, and his name was Scott. But anyway, that's a story on its own. He was a sweet guy. And I just had so much fun doing this, and I tried to make this look like water and the bubbles and a little ducky and all that stuff, and I wasn't sure how to, you know, shadow his skin, but the Copics made it so simple. And the background here was different things, and I didn't like them, so I just went ahead and blacked all that out, put some stars. If I had to do over again, I wouldn't have done the stars, and then did the moon like that and stuff, and then so the background's okay. But again, this is what I wanted to color. Who cares about the background? He was what I wanted to color, and I'm very proud of him. In fact, this may sound terribly conceited. He is now the wallpaper on my phone, because I was happy with how he came out, and I'm proud of him, and I think he looks good. Yes. So this is Ben's book. It's redone with better paper. Go for it if you like hot fantasy men. I have a flip through. It's the old paper, but it's the same book. If you want to look up, and you can see the flip through that I did. Okay, guys and gals, that's it for July, and I guess a little bit of August, right? I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this out. I've been really busy with dentists and doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But that's it for July 2026. Oh, I was going to show you the new book that was sent to me. Let me get it for you. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot. Hold on. This is it. It was sent to me as a belated birthday gift from Deb, the one I do buddy colors with. And we've already picked a page to do a buddy color out of. And I love hardcover books. Thank you, Deb. This is so cool. So that's at the front, of course, and then this is the back. Go ahead and pause and read if you'd like to. And it's by Hannah Carlson. And so, of course, it's good. It's beautiful artwork. And so I'll just do a really fast little flip through it. It's going to be interesting. I've never colored artwork like this before. Can I do it? I don't know. I know. This was a practice page because it wasn't something that I said, oh, I love that and have to do it. But I wanted to see, and this I didn't mind sacrifice if I had to. I wanted to see if the color came through. And yes, some of the color came through. But Deb said, don't use the watercolor marker, not alcohol, watercolor marker, directly on the page. Put it on a palette, and then use a paintbrush and put it on with some water. And I thought, God, that's going to make it worse, isn't it? She was right. She was right. So all of that, the ones that actually came through were the ones I used the marker on. So she was right. And so now I know how to color in this, and I actually now know how to color in other books that are double-sided, because I thought, watercolor markers didn't do that. But apparently on some paper, they do. So thank you, Deb, for helping me with that. So now I know what to do. And this is the page that I think we agreed on. I hope we agreed on, because I'm doing it. The double page. But I'm pretty sure we both agreed on it. If not, Deb, let's talk. But thank you so much, Deb. I so appreciate it. I got this at the end of July. That's why it wasn't in the birthday happy mail. But as far as I was concerned, all of July was my birthday. And so I'm very excited about this. I love this book. I love the hardcover. It's just a beautiful book. So thank you, Deb. Really, I mean it. So there you have it. Okay, so now we'll go back to, well, there you go. That's all of them for July 2026. I hope there was a couple in there at least that you liked. I have more videos coming. I've got some videos that I was tagged to do. I'll be doing those. Those are, I hope, will be fun. And of course, every month I will do my completed pages. So I want to thank you for watching. Please do a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe. I'm so close to 600 subscribers. I'm 2 away. I was 1, but I lost somebody. I must have pissed somebody off. I don't know. But yes, I'd like to get past 600. Thank you so much for all the support and for enjoying what I do. And thank you for all the comments on Instagram, where you'll see my colorings first and foremost. And just thank you. So as I always say, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, stay happy, stay tuned.